Hello, everyone. Turnover Carbon here. Welcome back to episode 25 of our Colorado Rockies rebuild here on Out of the Park Baseball 26. Where last we left off, we had just begun the 2028 season, got about 10 games in, and things were looking okay. We were 7-2, relatively injury free, no issue. Well, things have taken a turn for the worse off stream. I played through about 10 games. We currently sit 11-9. There's a three-way tie atop the NL West. Essentially, half a game separates. I'm just going to call that a tie for the sake of semantics. And we have had not one, but two bullpen injuries. The first one, relatively minor. Victor Vodnik suffered from back spasms, and he hadn't been doing great in about the week up until that injury. So I just decided to put him on the IL, even though the injury wouldn't really affect his throwing. However, I don't really know how back spasms wouldn't affect your ability to throw the baseball. So just for the sake of caution, I put him on the IL. So he's going to be out for a couple weeks. He has about 1 week left on his time on the IL. And then finally, Chase Dollander picked up a strained hamstring, and he is going to be out for 2 to 3 months. The second year player who we've converted to a long reliever for the season got off to a pretty solid start in 5 innings, but is now going to miss at least 2 months of ball, which is really unfortunate for him. So, to that end, in terms of call ups for the bullpen, Will Klein, who lost the bullpen battle in spring training, has been called up just recently. He has not appeared in a game yet. And Wellington Herrera was my other call up for Vodnik originally. And so far, 3 innings of work. He did get hit a little bit by the Rangers in the last game, but overall, I think there's a lot to like about his game. He could have a max 80 sinker, 70 slider, also good movement on his pitches. His control, must be said, not good. It's only a 40. Walks is something that he struggled with in the minors this season in AAA, even though, again, small sample size, 3 innings, he allowed 12 walks per 9. So make of that what you will. But he is going to be up here. And then, very simply, between him and Will Klein, one of them will be sent down when Victor Vodnik returns from injury. Elsewhere in the bullpen, Anthony Molina has been struggling as of late in this now long relief role because all of our other long relievers are injured or just in AAA suffering. And so far, Molina, 9 innings, he's given up 12 hits, 9 earned runs, 7 walks. His whip is currently a 2, which, according to my in-depth analysis, is not good. So that's where we're at with Molina. He is not getting the development that we wanted in the offseason in the lab for his secondary pitches, and I think we are seeing that come home to roost so far this year. But with any luck, he can turn it around because he's also making $5 million, which, for those keeping track of home, of all of my relievers, second in terms of pay. Third. I forgot Munoz was up there with the closer. Munoz is making 22, Keegan Aiken's making 6.5, and Molina is making 5.2. So he's getting paid a decent penny relative to our other relievers. We just need him to turn it around a little bit. Also, Chris Bryant's just refusal to retire at this point has cost me like $8 million. And what I liked last year was he started in 141 games, a resurgent 17 home runs. And now they have him in AAA just suffering. So that's where we stand there. All right, but before anything else, let us get into the games. Off stream, I played through a few series. The Orioles, we lost the series 1-2. Our one win was a 10-1 domination where Charlie Condon hit 2 home runs. Bregman and Hunter Goodman also added theirs. Then we lost it, and then the Nationals just had our number. They took the series 1-3, wasn't a very impressive showcase, and then we just lost game 1 against the Rangers because Victor Vodnik got injured, gave up a run, and then the rest of the bullpen just really followed suit. So not looking too hot. I mean, we're 11-9 right now, which is a winning percentage of 550. And for reference, last year we won 450, percentage of our games. So here we are. I also said 450 instead of 5. I can read. Anyway, good news is fans are still coming to see us despite winning raising the ticket price. Fans are still coming out, which is good because we need the money. The budget didn't change. Insane. Anyway, let us face off against the Texas Rangers and Tarek Skubal, who finds himself down south in Texas after the Tigers traded Tarek at the conclusion of the 2026 season. For reference, they traded him in exchange for 3 prospects. First, Francisco Torres, who is not even 20 yet, but he looks like he could be a decent offensive infielder. Oh, you're going to make me go back to that page every time. Danny Camacho, who is a 19-year-old with really great stuff potential, horrendous control. And David Daviello, who is, I would say, the most ready of them. However, he is currently on the Phillies because they took him in the Rule 5 draft. So the ghost of Al Avila must have signed off on this trade for one of the prospects to already be gone. So we have a couple tired players coming into this game. So Ezekiel Tovar is going to sit. Austin Martin is going to play short. And I'm going to make an executive decision. I'm going to sit Hunter Goodman for a game. And Stephen Kwan is going to get the at-bat against the lefty. How has Jordan Walker been against lefties this year? He has not been good. He also hasn't been good against righties, so we'll just let that marinate, won't we? Thus far this season, our lineup, I would say, overall, is kind of eh. Like, just in terms of on-base percentage, like, in actuality, Charlie Condon, Hao Yu Lee, Tovar by 1 point, Kwan, Lamp, and Walker are the only ones with an on-base percentage above 300. So that needs to get fixed. But our ace, Luis De Leon, is going to pitch for us against the Rangers. He had a really good start last time out against the Nationals. 6 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned run, 8 Ks to his name. So without further ado, let us begin game 2 against the Rangers and put our complete faith that Brenton Doyle will get a leadoff single. It's a very long and windy turn, that is. And Brenton Doyle does better than a leadoff single as he hits it to the wall. A leadoff double for the speedster. Good on you, Brenton. All right, Cole Carrick batting second against lefties. Gets it down in left field. Doyle will advance to third. Runners at the corners. Ooh, Logan O'Hop is here from the Angels. I am going to run on him. As you do. That said, yeah, his arm's 55. I thought that said 65. I was like, maybe I shouldn't. All right. I mean, if they just want to walk the bases loaded, I am also okay with that. So we're just going to have Bregman take 2 pitches here. Full count for Bregman, who Ks. Not a great at bat there at the end. Charlie Condon flies out to center, and Brenton Doyle comes in off the sac line out, really. We take the lead. Stephen Kwan gets the ball down into the outfield. Very good from him. An ambitious run from Cole Carrig. Looks like he gets to third. Jordan Walker hits it deep to right field. Gone. 3-run home run. Tarek Skubal, I am so sorry to do this to you, but you should have signed a contract extension in Detroit. This is your just desserts. As How You Lee is walked, Skubal is already on 24 pitches. His ERA before this was a 3.08. It is now up to a 4.33. And Drew Romo continues the suffering with a bloop single to left. How You Lee advances. Austin Martin strikes out to end the inning. We nearly batted around in the first inning against Skubal. What could have been, I say to you? 4-run first inning against Skubal. I don't think you're going to do better. All right. As Evan Carter hits a missile to Jordan Walker. Logan O'Huff batting second. The vision as he gets a nice single to center field. And Langford flies out. Remember when we were offered Wyatt Langford in a trade and we said no? That was our decision. To be fair, I think that would have created an insane log jam at the corners. Speaking of the corners, the Rangers have runners at the corners after Sebastian Walcott, 22-year-old infielder. Wow, they called him up in 2026. Good on the AI for accelerating their prospects through their systems. And a wild pitch will score Logan. 4-1 Rangers. And Corey Seager is walked. Didi Tavares, another wild pitch. Guys, can we chill? Can we settle? In fact, let me visit the mound really quick. Let's settle. Let's have a sense of calm. There we go. Sense of calm work. Tavares struck out. Inning over. Not without its threat, though. Man, I mean, listen. We got Tarek Skubal to 31 pitches. I think that's just a win. Even without the amount of runs we scored. Cole Carrig goes down swinging. And Bregman lines out. Very good catch there from Collie. All right. Lineup flips. No issue for Luis De Leon. Charlie Condon with a leadoff double. And Stephen Kwan lines out. You need to chill, Cameron Cawley, in your 70 defense and 70 speed. If he had a little better bat, I'd consider trading for him. Jordan Walker strikes out, as does How You Lee. So we get a leadoff double, no outs. Can't even advance him. Not good. Hashtag analysis. Top of the fourth now. Drew Romo swings at a horrendous pitch. Now, I know that both Drew Romo and Austin Martin obviously just got out, but they both took Skubal to a full count. So it's already 10 pitches in an inning where he was already struggling with a pitch count. And Brenton Doyle beats the throw. The soft grounder gets there. Let's have him try to run. There we go. Easy. Not even a throw. Now if Carrig can bring him home, that'd be great. No such luck. He will fly out to shallow center. Once again, for the third straight inning, we threaten, we do not score. Hopefully that won't come back to bite us. Alex, I need you to not strike out on 3 pitches, please. Like, at least Drew Romo had the decency to strike out on a full count. He made Scoob work for it. Yeah, I don't think we're. My hope was we would get him out by the 5th inning, but nah, no shot. He's on 76 pitches. Now they're going to roll him out for the 6th. Luis De Leon's on 79. That was a long inning. There we go. Jordan Walker gets the ball down and left. We have life. Scooble stays in. I'm somewhat hesitant about sending Jordan Walker, but nothing ventured, nothing gained, etc. Up, or how Yuli can just fly out to left. Fair. Drew Romo strikes out again. He has had a very poor year for us thus far. Austin Martin grounds out, and once again, leadoff runner gets aboard. We get nothing. All right, this will probably be the last inning for De Leon. Hopefully he can get a clean inning, but the walk of Wyatt Langford does not give me confidence. There we go to Bregman, to How You Lee for 1. No throw to first. How about this time? Tovar to Lee for 1, and no throw once again. That's also definitely Austin Martin at short, not Ezekiel Tovar. Ignore me. I've just insulted the man. Tavares hits it to Martin. The throw to Lee. Got him. All right. That is Luis De Leon's day done. We shall now warm up Keegan Aiken for the bottom of the 7th. Meanwhile, Scooble is still in, and Bretton Doyle getting out on the first pitch. Not great. Colt Carrick flies out. Yep, Scoop settled in. Good thing we hit him hard as we did in that first inning, because he has destroyed us the rest of the way as Bregman goes down swinging. Not great. I think the strikeouts that we had largely not fixed, but definitely mediated last year come back to haunt us. Keegan Aiken for the 7th. Clean inning. And he's only at 9 pitches, so he's going to get the 8th also. Scooble is still out there in the 8th. Go away. Respectfully, sir. He's at 102 pitches. I'm going to pinch hit here for Stephen Kwan and have Lennon Sosa hit against the lefty. Sosa hits it back up the middle, but it's grabbed by Cowley and they get him. Soft grounder to second. He has a chance to beat it out. He does not. Down we go. All right, Aiken for the 8th. Leadoff triple from Evan Carter. And Logan gets an RBI single for his trouble. I think we are going to warm up Munoz. Oh, Austin. Oh, buddy. Well, the go-ahead run is now on first base. The strikeout of Sebastian Walcott there is huge. Corey Seager, you've been better or worse against lefties this year. You have been much worse against lefties. So Aiken is going to stay in to face Seager. And he walked him. Oh, boy. All right, Munoz is coming in to face Taveras. Taveras hits it sharply to second, and How You Lee fumbles it. They call it an infield hit, which is generous. All right, Horowitz K's. Jake Berger, who currently has one hit on the season. Soft grounder to Condon, who will take it in. Okay. Okay. Well, they bring it within one, and my closer to throw 7 pitches in the 8th inning. Oh, boy. Not great from Aiken there, it must be said. The Rangers keep the lefty train going with Robert Garcia. So Drew Romo is going to stay in at catcher. Any K's. Man. It's only 13 games, but he only has 10 hits, 6 runs. I'm a little nervous. All right, Austin, get me something or else I'm going to send you to Toledo. I acknowledge Toledo is not our AAA team, but, you know. The saying had to be said as Martin is hit by the pitch. Doyle strikes out, so no insurance runs for us. I am going to warm up Halverson just in case Munoz's pitch count gets high. But Jorge Soler, who we did employ, we traded for him toward the end of the 2026 season, and he was terrible in the regular season, but great in the playoffs. Must be said. We let him go. It looks like he played 114 games with the Royals last year and was somehow even worse. All right, here we go. Here's Soler. And he is walked. Go ahead run is on first. Evan Carter up to the plate. And he hits it into left field. That'll advance the runner. And Soler is already at third. I mean, there's no point in me getting Halverson to go because Munoz made this bed. Let's let him eat it. And a wild pitch scores Soler. Tie ball game. And that sac fly is definitely deep enough to score Carter. And he is in. Rangers walk us off. Our bullpen implodes. Keegan Aiken, 1 1/3 inning, 4 hits, 2 runs, a walk, 2 Ks. Munoz, 1 inning, 2 hits, 2 runs, walk, and a K. That's why you have to take advantage of getting those leadoff guys around. Because we did nothing offensively for 8 innings after our 4 runs. All right. In the meantime, while this is happening, I've also assigned my scout to scout a lot of the players that we might target in the draft pool. So that is happening. Gabriel Hughes is up to pitch. I'm going to sim the finale against the Rangers. And we win it 1-0. Oh boy. Gabriel Hughes, 7 innings, 2 hits, 1 walk, 7 Ks. Herrera, and then Munoz bounces back, gets himself the save. I do want to make one quick adjustment. This should be Goodman DHing every 3 days, but honestly, with the way Romo is playing, like, let's make it 4. All right. More reports. We got the win, though. Tovar's solo home run was all that did it. Lennon Sosa, buddy, like, what is it that you do here? I might give him a start, though. How's Bregman? Bregman has gone ice cold, so we're going to have Sosa come in and take third. I'm going to have Jordan Walker hit third. Sosa can hit 6th. I think that is my determination. Cole Carrigal will also give a little rest day. Joe Lampe can take left. Let's see how we do. Spencer Arrighetti, who, if you're wondering, has currently 13 Ks per 9. I hear that's pretty good. We'll get the first game start against the Cubbies. A clean first for Arrighetti here. All right, Joe Lamp, you got this, buddy. He struck out. He didn't have it, guys. He did not, in fact, have it. Jordan Walker, though, gets a little bloop single into left. Well done, sir. And Condon hits it deep to left field. That ball is gone. 2-run homer for the second year first baseman. Once again, we're on the board in the first inning. They throw out Goodman inning. Is that Kerry Carpenter at first base? Why is the AI the way they are? I don't understand why they put these guys at first base. Like, let them. Is that Riley Green? What happened? The Chicago Tigers. All right, so the Tigers traded Kerry Carpenter after he had a down season to the Cubs. They also just traded Riley Green in January. If this happens in real life, fire everyone. Just dissolve the franchise at that point. All right, Lennon Souza, I'm going to be honest. You're kind of playing for your job right now. And he gets a nice leadoff single. We take those. Because I do think at this point it's becoming a little redundant having both Martin and Souza here as backup infielders. But you never know. Nice infield single there for Drew Romo. Come on, Tovar. To the moon. And he hits it deep and high. Left field gone. To the moon indeed. 3-run home run for Ezequiel Tovar. 421 feet. And Brenton Doyle is walked. So we are not done here against Carlos Rodon. And now Joe Lampe hits it off the wall. Doyle gets to third. Is he going to go home? He is an ambitious man. He goes home. He is safe. Did they get Lamp at third? Nah, they got Lamp at third. But he's still credited for a double. So that's okay. Jordan Walker, deep left field, solo shot, gone. Ball game. Just start the tires. Get the buses going. And Condon gets the ball down in center field. We're just having a good time. If the bullpen blows this game, I might send down like 3 different people. Goodman grounds out to end the inning, but we add 5, and we're now up 7-0. Arrighetti, I need you not to walk Suzuki. To be fair, he didn't. There we go. Got the fly out for the warning track. We're good. Nothing for us in the third, but the Cubs are starting to get some trouble in the fourth. Hit hard to Tovar. How you leave for 1. No throw to second. Kerry Carpenter at third. Ian Happ to the plate, and he strikes out. Swanson lines out to Doyle. That's that. Pretty good from Arrighetti so far. JP France is in the game. We got runners in first and second. The Speed Demons in Lamp and Doyle. And Jordan Walker walks. The bases are loaded for Charlie Condon, who already has a home run today. And he hits it to short, to second for 1. No relay. So we get an 8th run. Well done, lads. Hunter Goodman flies out to center. An extra insurance run. Never going to complain about one of those. Arrigetti's getting hit a little bit, and uncharacteristically, he only has 2 strikeouts thus far. And Seiya Suzuki takes him deep to left center. The animation made it look like that was over the wall by quite a bit, but I guess it wasn't. So it's only a triple. But 2 runs do score. I might pull Arrigetti. Uh-oh, Seiya Suzuki's in pain. Oh, no, they got to take him out with a knee injury. Sean Bouchard. Old friend alert. Obviously, he was in left field for us for year 1. And then he went to the Pirates where he was terrible. Who could have possibly seen that coming? Kerry Carpenter gets it down just over Tovar's head. That will score Bouchard. I'm going to start warming up Molina. I'd really like it if Arrigetti can get me out of the 5th here, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen as Riley Green advances Kerry Carpenter. You'd think we were playing the Tigers. And he walked Moises on 4 pitches. Yep, he's done. That's it for Arrigetti. Not a great start from him. So Molina comes in with the bases loaded and Ian Happ at the plate. And a soft blooper to left. Got him in foul territory. All right, Dansby Swanson, bases loaded. Hits it high in the sky. Infield pop-up. Great job from Molina there, not allowing any of the inherited runners to score. But we're getting a little shaky. Sosa grounds out. What else is new, I ask you? How Yuli flies out. So unfortunately for you, Jeromo, you're going to strike out. Or not. Bloop single gets down. We have life. And Tovar hits it back up the middle. Romo is into 3rd. If we can get 3 bloop singles in a row, that'd be great. But we don't, because Brenton Doyle kills me inside. All right, Molina, give me the 6th. He gets me the 6th. He's on 18 pitches. Meanwhile, we have runners at the corners. Condon and Lamp are on. Hunter Goodman flies out to left. Joe Lamp is able to get in, though. Sack fly for Goodman. Sosa gets the ball down. He finally got a hit. Let us all applaud. Let us all applaud. Haley grounds into a field of straws. He has had a terrible game so far. It must be said. I should have pulled Molina. I wanted to see if he can get me another inning, and he does, but he allows 2 earned runs doing it. Man. I'm a little worried if our long reliever can't go multiple innings. It's not a great sign if that's coming up. And Halverson has runners at the corners with 1 out. And Sean Bouchard gets it down. Remember earlier when I said if my bullpen implodes this, I'm sending like 3 people down? Our bullpen is now 1 home run away from imploding this, and Kerry Carpenter is on the mound. And Carpenter hits it high to right, grabbed by Walker. Riley Green now at the plate. And he's hit on an 0-2 count. Seth, you kill me sometimes. We're going to get Zerpa warming up. Here's Moises, hits it hard to Tovar. The throw to first, got him. Whoo-wee. That was too close. All right, so Zerpa is going to get the save chance. I mean, Aiken's at 86. What's Zerpa at? 90. I think I'll stick with Zerpa, even though Aiken is technically our backup closer, quote unquote. All right, Joe Lamp gets aboard with a single. I'm going to run him to second without question. I know Moises has got a great arm, but we need runners in scoring position. Joe, you're killing me. Commit. Full send. All right, he's not committing. Full count. Jordan Walker strikes out on a knuckleball. The knuckleballer. All right, Condon walks. Camilo Duval is in. I'm scared. Hunter Goodman goes 0 for 4 today. Sosa grounds out to Swanson to end the inning. Again, we have runners at first and second with one out. Can't even advance them. So Zerpa is going to come in for the save chance. Happ, Swanson, and then at the moment, David Hamilton will be the last batter. Hard grounder to third. Sosa gets him easily. Swanson gets on, though. Bloop single to right. And they are pinch hitting. Ivan, oh, is this the guy that... Yeah, this is the dude that hit 30 homers last year and was looking unkillable. Yep. All right. Grounder to Sosa to Lee for one, to first for two. Ball game. Zerpa gets the save. We nearly blow an 8-0 lead. Let's not discuss that, though. Well done from Zerpa to get the save. Pretty good day from our bats overall. I think Hunter Goodman and How You Lee combining for 0 and 8, leaving 9 runners on base. It's a bit terrifying. Hunter Goodman has had a really poor year so far, which isn't great. But a win is a win. I am not going to complain. A save. All right, we get more Chafin. Is that Andrew's son? Unlikely. But you never know. All right, so next up we have Bobby Miller to pitch. I think I'm going to sim game 2 against the Cubs, play game 3. We lose it 0-2. Bregman gets 3 hits. Other than that, our lineup gets us nothing. Bobby Miller did okay, but only 2 strikeouts. Herrera gave up a run. They brought in Will Klein for 1 out, and he needed 9 pitches to do it. Let's not discuss this. All right, Jose Fleury is up for game 3. Howie is tired, so Austin Martin will come in to take second over Sosa. I think that is fine. One thing I do want to look really quick. Yeah, let's have Tovar bat 8th. Martin can bat 9th. Quan 7th. Hunter Goodman, you're getting the day off, buddy. Drew Romo's going to bat 6th. I'm going to move him up the order a little bit. See what I get there. Brenton Dole's at 97%. Let's just have Joe Lampe lead off for him. All right. Jose Fleury, so far, 5 starts, done pretty well for himself. Or excuse me, 4 starts, because it counts this game here as a start in his line. Round and around we go. Down goes one. No, Kerry Carpenter's solo home run. Where have I seen that before? The idea that the Tigers trade both Riley Green and Kerry Carpenter to the Cubs is hilarious. Jordan Walker K's. Come on, Bregman. Nothing from Bregman. To be honest, between you all and me, our lineup is kind of bad so far this year, but it's fine. As I say that, Cole Carrick 2-run shot, Drew Romo solo shot. Maybe the trick is just to curse my hitters and they'll start doing well. Speaking of doing well, the Cubs have runners on second and third with only one out. Indian happens up. He grounds into a sack. Fielder's choice, as I like to call it. Cubs get within one. I'm like, he had better be out. What's that guy's speed? 50? He better be out. All right, Cole Carrick. Send this ball to space. He tried. Didn't go that far, but it does get a nice bloop single in. I don't really want to run on a guy with a 65 arm unless it's Doyle or Lamp. So I think for now, Walker will just stay put. Or excuse me, Carrick will stay put. The knuckleballer Matt Waldron is back. And he immediately walks Stephen Kwan. Gets Tovar looking. And Austin Martin grounds out into a fielder's choice. Wave. It's not looking good for Jose today as Kerry Carpenter flies out to left, but the game is tied as it has been death by 1,000 cuts for Jose today. He gets through the sixth, though. I'll take it. Dre Jameson is going to come in for the seventh. Clean seventh from him. Jameson's a guy that I only want going one inning if I can avoid it. They've brought in a lefty, so we are going to respond in kind with a supposed lefty killer, Sosa, to swap out here for Kwan. And he hits him. Seems a bit personal. Also, the clouds in the background are very ominous. And Tovar grounds into a double play. There goes that. Austin Martin gets it down into right. Imagine where we'd be without that double play. Can you even comprehend the success we may have had? But Lamp flies out to end the inning. I'm going to bring Zerpa in. I know Jameson is still in the green, but I'm not chancing anything. Oh, boy. Sean Bouchard with a home run shot. He's done very well against his former team right now. Okay, so Will Klein is going to get the ninth. All right, we are down to our last outs, and we need 2 runs. First up, Cole Carrick. Fly out to center field. Drew Romo strikes out. And they have a righty in, so sorry, Souza. You're going to get pinch hit for. Hunter Goodman is going to take it. And hard grounder to third gets him by 10 feet. And we drop game 3, 5-3. Not great. I mean, I'm annoyed. Nick Pivetta obviously getting injured. They had to essentially turn into a bullpen day, and we could only get 3 runs off of him. Our top 4 hitters 0 for 15, 1 run, a walk, 6 Ks. It's going to be hard to win a game like that. We also currently sit 13 and 12. Not looking too hot. We're going to sim the finale against the Cubs. We win that one, though, 8-4. Drew Romo got a homer. How You Lee got 3 hits. Pretty good. Halverson got hit around again. Maybe the Cubs just have his number. A fine day from DeLeon. Tovar, another homer. You're killing me. Keegan Aiken got the win. He came in to relieve Halverson, walked 2 guys, and then got an out. That is kind of funny. All right, let's check in really quick on our scouting list for the draft pool. How many guys do I have left? 40. Okay. All right, now we have the Houston Astros. I'm going to sim game 1, I think. And then we'll play game 2. We lose game 1, 1-3. Hunter Goodman, Quan Bregman all get a couple hits, but not enough. As Ryan Gusto shut us down. All right, let us play game 2 against the Astros. They got Jack Flaherty on the mound, currently not doing great for the Tigers in real life, it must be said. Looks like they traded him to the Twins, where he did great last year with the Astros. He did okay. Anybody tired that I need to move? What's Tovar at? Tovar's at 99. He should be okay. I think I'll give How You Lee a rest. And then let's have Sosa take it. He can hit 7th. Goodman has started to learn how to hit the ball again. That's nice. Aaron Getty on the mound for us against his former team. Not a big issue there. You're killing me, Jordan. 3-1 count, and you pop it up to the pitchers. There we go. Condon with the solo homer. We have the lead, up 1-0. Both team has only 1 hit in the bottom of the 5th inning. But our hit was a solo home run. Juan strikes out. Tovar flies out to center. That ball was hit so quick, I thought it was out of here. But alas. Clean 6 for Arrighetti, and he's only on 67 pitches. Doing pretty good. The fact that we only have 1 run is terrifying. Brenton Doyle nearly beat out that infield single. It's so annoying with how quick Brenton Doyle is. If he just had an average bat, we would be so in business. But he has a below average to bad bat, which just makes everything look hideous. As Bregman flies out to end the inning. Leadoff double, or excuse me, leadoff single with a steal. Josh Jung Kays, or Young, excuse me. They sent him down to AAA. The Rangers did IRL. In the sim, they traded him. So I don't know which one y'all would want. Jordan Alvarez still going for the Astros. Interesting. All right. Yanier Diaz hits it up to left. Caught. Well done from Aaron Getty. Oh, I didn't notice we had the error. Whomst had the error? Tovar again. You're killing me. Yeah, I think I'm gonna bring Zerpa on for the eighth. I think Aaron Getty's game day is gonna be done here. Jack Flaherty also still in. So both starters wheeling and dealing. Never mind Jose Suarez is in. Right as I say that, they're like, yeah, we'll pull him. Fair enough. And Carrig grounds out to short. Hunter Goodman beats out the infield single, and he does not have tremendous speed. Sosa pops up. I feel like I feel like I just need to send down one of Martin or Sosa. Like, neither of them are hitting the ball particularly well. They kind of overlap with each other defensively. Like, I feel like something has to give. Zerpa coming in for the eighth. Clean. Well done, sir. I'm going to let Stephen Kwan hit the lefty. Executive decision. And he gets there infield. Past the infield, I should say. Easy. All right, Tovar. Ezekiel. Easy. You are on pace. Well, actually, he's on pace to get less strikeouts than he did last year, which is genuinely impressive. But still, me saying you're on pace to get 100 strikeouts should not be seen as a positive. As Brenton Doyle pops up. All right, Jordan Walker, you're our last hope to get us an insurance run. And he strikes out way late. Okay. In comes Andres Munoz for the save. And he gets it. We win 1-0. 6 hits total in this ball game. Charlie Condon's solo home run, the difference. Aaron Getty pitches a gem. 7 innings, 1 hit, 9 Ks. Zerpa and Munoz get the hold and save, respectively. All right. Let us sim the finale. As the calendar ticks into May, we lose 2-0. The lineup cold once again. Yeah, Bobby Miller has not shown himself in glory so far this year, but I mean, come on, guys. 4 hits. What are we doing? What are we doing, people? All right, player development update. Good news. Ooh, well, Munoz losing velocity and potential isn't great. Jose Fleury, though, his potential stuff, control, and velocity all ticking up as he continues to get more major league action. Ronier Hernandez looks like is developing well. Alan Ford, his current contact goes up and overall rating goes up, but his potential goes down as he still struggles in Fresno. Uh-oh, Duncan Marston went down. Oh, you know what? No, he's going to Fresno. Like, at a certain point, dude, I just need to see it. Like, at a certain point. Brady Moretta, one of our best catching prospects. Looks like he's developing okay. What would his rating be if I put him in Fresno? He'd be good. Okay. Let's put him in Fresno and just have him start working his way up. Oh boy. All right, we have a 2-game series against the Giants now, who find themselves fourth in the division. We have a very tight division now here. 3 games separating the teams. I'll sim game 1 against the Giants. We lose 1-4. This is why I just can't sim games. 4 hits the whole way through. All right. I think enough time has passed. Let's take an executive look at our lineup right now. So, in terms of on base percentage, we only have 5 players, 5, with an on base percentage above 300. One of whom is our backup infielder with less than 40 plate appearances. So that's not great. I mean, Hunter Goodman is terrible. Drew Romo is doing about the same. Cole Carrick, Jordan Walker aren't having great starts. I mean, like, I think at this point, having both Martin and Sosa doesn't make objective sense, especially with how many guys I got. Like, I am half tempted just to call up Dylan Carlson and be like, okay, go forth. Like, that's just where I'm at. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if I want Jared Thomas getting at bats from everyone else. Emmanuel Valdez, 29-year-old king. Does anyone want Valdez? Just simple question. Nope. Fair enough. Um, I forgot what I want to do here. I think my issue with calling up an outfielder is then I feel like Joe Lamp is going to get less at bats, and I don't think that's what I want. Condon's been doing okay, so like calling up Romeo doesn't seem like the best option. I could go for Aaron Shunk if I just want to run back my lefty lefty idea. John Gadsdar is essentially a clone of Austin Martin. Let's say Martin is maybe a little better. What about Sosa? Hmm. Yeah, I think I have too many guys that kind of occupy the same space. And that's where we're sort of having issues. I have too many infielders here. We need to make some executive decisions. Okay. IKF, I'm gonna be honest with you, buddy. I acknowledge you probably have something left in you. It's not for us. I'm cutting him. Okay. So Austin Martin, I think we're at that point. We can trade him. I think we're at that point. Anyone want a prospect for him? Didn't think so. I think we're at that point. I think Sosa, I'm willing to give a bit more time for. At this point with Austin, he's had just under 100 starts with us and hasn't hit particularly well ever. So I think at this point we can try to move him on. Problem is, as you can see from this trade screen, nobody really wants him. The idea of the Tigers trading for 39-year-old Miles Mikolas is just depressing. Anyone fun on the waiver wire? Akil Badoo, Tigers legend. He's so much better defensively than this, it's not even funny. I am actually insulted by this. The man is like eighth in defensive run saves in the outfield right now in real life, and he's only played like 10 games. All right, I think we're going to trade Austin Martin. The question is, whom among us needs help in the infield? Answer, the Diamondbacks need help in the infield. I can provide to you Austin Martin. In exchange, I'm going to be honest, give me like Dave Gonzalez. Rude. They want a prospect for prospect thing, like I'm doing that. To be fair, I might just need to, as if I'm giving up CJ Sampson. Get your mind. Oh, how's Casilla doing in Double A? They're hitting him still. I feel like he's going to be a long reliever. You know what? Actually, I lied. At this point, Diamondbacks, give me your worst prospect. Wow, they just really. I could just cut him. Yeah, I think at this point, I'm not going to get much for him. He's at option years, right? No, he has an option year left. Either way, I'm going to waive and DPA him. And if no one picks him up, I might just cut him. Okay, so now that brings the question up which of my infielders from here gets called up. Acuna has a little bit of major league experience with us last year, and I think he would be the most one-to-one replacement. Part of me kind of wants to see what Mason White can do, but he also hasn't gotten that much opportunity in AAA. So I kind of want to keep him. John Gazdar, I think maybe it. Let us do so. Gazdar, welcome, my good man, to the big leagues. He is also very good against lefties, which has its merit. So, how's Gazdar rated? Not too bad. Looks like the AI. He hasn't been a great third baseman. He's been good at second and short, which is what we need. So, the revolving door of utility infielders with the Rockies continues. Has anyone been struggling mightily against lefties? Yes. Half of our team. Both of our catchers, which is lovely. So I just bench Hunter Goodman against lefties. Yes. So for the foreseeable future, Goodman is out against lefties. Drew Romo is going to stay in the catch. Quan is going to come into DH, and he's going to hit fifth against lefties. Jordan Walker drops six. How you Lee is doing not great against lefties, so I think every 2 games against lefties, Gazdar is going to come in. That's my call. Pitching wise, I don't think we really need to change anything up. Victor Vodnik comes back in 4 days. So I think at that point he'll come back and we'll rock and roll. All right, game 2 against the Giants. Luis De Leon against Eric Fetty. And I'm going to have Gazdar make his debut here in for How you Lee at second base. All right. Come on, Bretton Doyle. I believe in you, even though the entire universe is giving me signs that I should not be believing in you. Give me a leadoff single. Yeah, schmuck. And he does. Leadoff single for Brenton Doyle. My faith has been rewarded. Patrick Bailey, though, is catching for the Giants right now, so I don't think we'll be doing too much running on the base paths. Jordan Walker flies out, and Bregman grounds out into an inning-ending double play. Sadness. All right, Luis De Leon, you got this. Oh boy. Lane Thomas already on second. Oh no. And Luis De Leon has to come out of the game with a back injury. Not like this. Well, shit. That's bad. That's really bad. Oh no. All right. Well, there's our ace with a back injury. With any luck, it's minor, but the fact that it didn't tell me right away and it said diagnosis pending is leading me to believe he's going to be out for a while. And already, if our lineup isn't hitting well and our best pitcher's on the IL, we may lose a lot of games. John Gazdar, his first ever plate appearance, flies out to center field. All right, Molina, buddy, I'm going to be frank. I need like 3 innings. And you allow a leadoff triple. I specifically requested 3 innings. There we go. Back-to-back Ks. Patrick Bailey pops up. They're unable to score the leadoff triple. That works. Nothing from us in the third. Come on, Molina, get him. Yeah, got this ball. Really good work from Molina there, but I'm going to be honest. I'm going to need some outs in the fourth, buddy. I know it's rough, but like, please. That's what I get. It's what I deserve. Bryce Eldridge, solo home run. Gets Matt Chapman to fly out, though. All right, last batter you're going to face, buddy. Willie Adames. And Adames flies out to center. Okay. I got 3 innings from Molina, which is what I could hope for. He does allow a run on the solo shot, but that is what it is. Hunter Goodman gets us a solo homer, which is nice. Will Klein, I'm hitting the half inning button. There we go. Good man. All right, we're going to get Herrera going. There we go. Will Klein gets me a clean 6th inning. John Gazdar, runners on first and second. Wild pitch. I'm going to be honest. I might just tell Gazdar to take all the next pitches. Now let's let him hit. And he hits it deep to left field, but not deep enough. Caught at the warning track. Down he goes. Let's get Herrera in. Really good day from Klein there. Oh, and the Giants get another run. And Velasquez is safe on the infield hit. And Diaz gets it back up the middle. Another run will score. All right. Good throw there to get the runner at second, but nonetheless, the Giants get their lead. Halverson is going to take the eighth. Ooh, Alex Bregman, 3-run shot. I'll take the bloop single that gets down easily. 1 run will score. Jordan Walker gets in as well. Tie ball game. And Condon strikes out. What else is new? All right, Halverson's coming in. And they get a run. All right. We need a run to tie, 2 runs for the lead. Caleb Ferguson, the Giants closer. Strikes out Carrick. Goodman, though, gets through. The ball is down. He is on base. John, I know this is rude to pinch hit for you on your debut, but Howie Lee is going to come in. And he hits it back up the middle to the outfield. Goodman advances to second. Stephen Kwan gets it up the middle past the second baseman. Goodman holds at third. The bases are loaded for Ezekiel Tovar, who hits it to center field. It's down. Goodman comes in to score. The throw to home plate. No attempt at going home from Howie Lee. Here's Brenton Doyle now with the lead on the line. Hits it to third, force out at home. And they get Doyle. He hits into an inning-ending double play. Man. All right, I'm going to get Munoz warming up. And he is going to take bottom of ninth. And an error. Who by? Bregman. Runners on first and second, no outs. It's fine. Hit back to Munoz. The throw, not in time. Well, this is going to be depressing. Let's hit the space bar. Mountcastle strikes out. Matt Chapman. We need an infield pop-up. Anything else, they score. Hit the throw home. Gets the runner. Whee! Ezekiel Tovar earning his paycheck on that. 2 outs now. Willie Adames, full count. Hits it deep to Doyle. Got it. We're going to extras. They had bases loaded. 0 outs. 0. Couldn't score anyone. Man, that's crazy. Munoz is already on 24 pitches, so he's obviously done. Keegan Aiken is going to take the 10th. They intentionally walk Jordan Walker to get the force out in play. Bregman strikes out. And Condon flies out to left. That's not going to advance anyone. All right, Cole Carrick, you're our last hope. And he hits it to center. Easily grabbed. Well done from Ferguson. We don't even score the ghost runner. Keegan Aiken's going to come in to face the bottom of the Giants' order. Luciano pops up to the infield. That's 1. Patrick Bailey gets the ball down in left field. Here comes the throw. Not in time. I like that they hit the leadoff man. When the game-ending runner is on his way home, it's intercepted by the leadoff man. Well, that's funny. All right, we lose 5-4, but honestly, the big issue is that Luis De Leon had to come out with a back injury 2 outs into the game. I was forced to use 6 bullpen arms. Outside. I think Molina did okay. The solo home run obviously hurts, but he did good. Klein did good. Herrera got popped. Halverson and Munoz just couldn't lock it down in the end, and that's that. Oh boy, but now we await news on Luis De Leon's injury. How long will our ace be out for? We also had to use so many bullpen arms. We are running low, and just in time for a series against the Dodgers. Because sure, why not? Roki Sasaki and Shohei for games 1 and 2. I'm there. Anyone been particular righty killers so far? Not really. I mean, Doyle hasn't been great. Actually, no. Doyle hit into the double play that cost us the game. Joe Lampy's going to take center. Decision has been made. I'm going to be honest, Gabriel Hughes. I need 6 innings. Colton Cowser already has a leadoff double. Sure. 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 What I probably should have done is just preemptively moved Luis De Leon to the IL and called up like another bullpen arm. That would have been the smart thing to do, if we're being honest with ourselves. But Gabriel gets 2 straight strikeouts, so we're doing okay. All right, Joe. Just take Brenton Doyle's spot at center fielder. I honestly would be okay with that. And the ball gets down in right field. Leadoff runner is aboard. I'm going to run on Dalton Rushing because I have no shame. And he beats the throw. Well done. And Bregman grounds out, but it advances Lamp to third. Condon gets the ball past the shortstop. 1 run will score, and Condon all the way into second off of what can only be described as an error from Colton Cowser. Cole Carrick flies out to end the inning, but let the record show we drew first blood. Let the record show. And now an error from our side as Tovar has his 5th error. The Dodgers cannot capitalize, though. Gabriel Hughes is already at 65 pitches through 3 innings. And again, this is the current state of my bullpen. Not looking good, but we got runners on second and third. Hunter Goodman K's. How You Lee flies out to right. Nothing doing. Boy. I'm sorry, but Gabriel's just gonna kind of have to eat this. Walks the bases loaded. And Alex Freeland gets the single down. I mean, oh boy. I'm sorry, Gabriel, because that pained me to do, but 5-1 ball game. Dre, I'm gonna be frank with you, dude. I need you to be capable of getting me more than 1 inning of work. Like it has to happen at some point. No throw from How You Lee is awkward. So be it. Strikeout to Josh Naylor is pretty good. Can he get Mookie Betts? Full count. Tovar takes him down. All right. So now I need 3 more innings out of my bullpen. We'll see if I can get it. Zerpa will warm up for the 7th. However, before then, runners on first and second. Hunter Goodman hits it deep. Center field down at the warning track. 1 run will score. The second runner going in, and Hunter Goodman gets his double. Well done, sir. You're telling me Cole Carrick with 65 speed and base running of a god doesn't make that? Come on. Let's be serious here. How Yuli hits it back up the middle, so Carrick scores anyway. The throw It's not in time. That's why you always take the lead runner, and Stephen Kwan gets the ball down. All of a sudden, what was looking like a blowout, we have life. And Tovar keeps the train going. Ball is down in right field. Bases are loaded for Joe Lamp, who walks. We have a tie ball game, folks. Wow. We finally get to Rockies Sasaki in the 6th inning. Crazy. And Josh Hader gets Jordan Walker swinging. Bregman gets it down in left field. 1 run will score. The play at home from Tovar is safe. We are now leading 7-5. And we're not done yet. Charlie Condon gets the ball down. 1 run scores. 8-5. Cole Carrig now lines out to left the end of the inning. We scored 7 runs. That's painful. Roki Sasaki gets all of them. 4 of the runs, though, unearned. Zerpa coming in for the 7th. Clean. He's on 12 pitches. He's going to go out for the 8th. Hunter Goodman's solo shot. We're up by 4. Oh, another error. Who was it this time? Bregman. All right, Keegan Aiken is going to get warmed up. Colton Cowser is going to be the last batter. Zerpa faces, ground out to second, gets him. All right. Keegan Aiken will come in and try to get the 4-out save as Josh Naylor is at the plate with a runner on third in Hyesung Kim. Naylor flies out. Okay. Some insurance runs, fellas, would not go amiss. We get nothing. All right, Keegan Aiken for the save. Mookie Betts solo homer. And runners at first and second with only 1 out. Luis Rengifo gets it down in left field. That'll advance the runners. Bases loaded and Shohei to pinch hit. Oh, God. Not like this. And he hits it back up the middle. 1 run will score. The second surely in behind. And we have a tie ball game. I mean, Keegan just has to eat this. Like, I have no other pitching options at this point for the 9th. This is just a game of sadness. Like, 4 errors total. Terrible. Terrible. Cowser grounds out first, but the damage is done. The Dodgers score 3 runs in the 9th. Munoz on 70% is going to get the 10th unless we can score here. Edwin Diaz has found his way to the Dodgers. He has 12 saves already this year. He's on what? 70%. All the bullpens are taxed today. Charlie Condon has worked a full count. And he strikes out. All right, Cole Carrig lines out to left. So our last out here, Hunter Goodman. The first pitch, the swing, the soft grounder to short gets him. We're going to extra innings on literally the 1 game of the season. We could not afford this to happen. Munoz, Godspeed. All right, the Dodgers score the ghost runner, but they don't get anything else. Here's how you lead. Strikes out swinging. Stephen Kwan is going to stay in to hit. And you walked him. Tovar goes down. Dustin May is in to face Joe Lamp. Last out of the game. And it's past the first baseman into the outfield. Lamp is aboard. The ghost runner will score. Stephen Kwan to third. Tie ball game. Jordan Walker, 0 for 5 today. Can't hit a baseball to save his life. Hits it softly up the middle. No throw. Ball game. We walk off the Dodgers 11 to 10. Goodness gracious, what a baseball game. What a game. Man alive. Yeesh. We still don't know Luis De Leon's injury, which means it's going to be multiple months at this point. Because it still hasn't told us, which means he's going to be out for a while. I hope it's not like a calendar year injury. That'd be terrible. But it may very well be. All right, we're going to play game 2 against Shohei on the mound. Hunter Goodman is tired, so he can sit. And yeah, Tovar is just not hitting the ball great. I'm going to have Tovar hit 7th. Jordan Walker, even though he just hit the walk-off, he's going to sit. Joe Lamp will take right field. And then Lennon Sosa, you can DH in bat 9th, just to get him some work here. All right, Spencer Arrighetti, I'm going to be honest with you. I need the performance of your life. Clean first. Mookie Betts with a solo homer, and then Will Smith with a solo homer, and then more runners for the Dodgers. Well, I don't think I'm going to get the performance of Spencer Arrighetti's life. But you never know. Colton Cowser with a full count. Dangerous thing. Walked him. Bases are loaded. I have faith that Josh Naylor will not hit a grand slam. Hey guys, between me and you, Josh Naylor hit a grand slam. 6-0. Well, Spencer Arrighetti's ERA has now gone up by 1.5. Charlie Condon gets a solo homer. We have a little bit of life now. Drew Romo flies out to center. Oh boy. Spencer, please, dude. I need innings from you. I really should just put Luis De Leon on the 60-day. All right. Gets me clean through the 4th and the 5th, and I think that's all I'm going to get from him, which is rough when I have guys on like 30%. Oh boy. But we have runners on first and second. No outs. Brenton Doyle grounds into the world's slowest grounder. What that is that? All right. Joe Lamp is walked. Bases loaded for Alex Bregman, who hits it to left field and it dies in the wind. Drew Romo, an ambitious man, does score on the sac fly. Condon K's to end the inning, but we do get one run back. All right, Spencer Getty. It was a terrible first, second inning, but thank you for kind of locking in. Herrera allows a solo shot immediately. Oh boy. Shohei, can you relax? What is that animation from How You Lee there? What was that? I ask you. I'm sorry, Herrera. We use such attacks the bullpen right now. It's actually insane. Will Klein, I'm hitting the half inning button. Come up, man. He's getting shelled. William. Herrera's ERA must be huge now. Yeah, it's up to 9. Well, I think we know who is going to get sent down when Vodnik comes back tomorrow. Will, you can't be getting fatigued right now. My pitchers are dead, dude. I need you to get me the 8th. Like, I don't even care at this point. I just need the 8th. Colton Cowser flies out. Thank you, Cole Carrick. I don't think he's getting me the 8th, guys. I have a sneaking suspicion. Man. I don't even want to know when our next day off is going to be. Molina is getting fatigued. Again, I am so sorry, Anthony. You need to just get the out. Jung Hewley gets the ball down. Oh boy, throw is off. They do get the runner at third, though. All right, unless we're going to score 10 runs, I think this game's over. Yeah, we scored 0. We lost 13-3. I won't talk about it. Can I get the news on Luis De Leon? Yeah, out for the season. I mean, we knew that was coming. I should just put him on the 60-day, but there's our ace. Done. He's out for the rest of the season. So his final stat line 7 starts, 38 innings, 23 hits, 10 earned runs, 2 homers, 15 walks, 31 Ks, a whip of 1. He was already on pace to just quadruple his WAR from last season. So he's done. I think it's time for Herrera. It's time. I think we're going to see what we got in Herrera. He hasn't done great in AAA, but realistically, amongst our AAA pitchers, like he is the option. James Gonzalez, I think, um, could also be someone that we call up if there are issues. But right now, I think it needs to be Herrera here. So he is going to get his first opportunity. He was acquired way back in the deal with the White Sox, where we sent them Nick Martinez, who famously never played for me. I was like, well, you can have him. And then he went on to do phenomenal with the White Sox. So credit to the man. Yeah, season's over for Luis De Leon, which sucks. I mean, there's no way around it. It sucks. He was our ace. He was undisputedly our best pitcher. 25 years old, and he's done. So that is that. I'm also going to make the executive decision. I'm going to send Herrera down now to AAA and briefly call up Sean Burke from his stint in Albuquerque. And I'm going to be honest, Sean Burke is going to pitch today. He's going to give me however many innings he can, and then I'm going to send him down when Victor Vodnik comes back. Like that's just the math in my head. At this point, like our bullpen is dying. We are actively losing games because of it. Like we're just okay. So in the 4-5 loss, right, where we lost Luis De Leon, I used 6 bullpen arms. In the extra inning games preceding it, I used 4 bullpen arms. In the game we just lost 3-13, I used 3, but they all had to pitch almost 30 pitches apiece. So I need to sacrifice Sean Burke essentially for this game. Hunter Goodman is hot. First time for everything. No, I kid. I mean, how is he? Yeah, he still hasn't been great against lefties, so I'm just gonna have Hunter sit regardless. Renton Doyle is cold. Honestly, yeah, Joe Lamp is gonna get another leadoff start here. Or actually, no, I lied. Um, yeah, we're gonna have Doyle hit center. Joe Lamp is gonna take left. Bregman, I'm gonna have hit today, but he's gonna get the rest tomorrow. Everybody else looks okay fatigue-wise. How Yuli is going to rest against the lefty, so John Gazdard, he is going to make his start here. All right, I'm going to be honest, Bobby. You need to give me 6 innings. I know you're only capable of 5. I need 6. Clean first. There we go. Joe Lamp already on second. Bregman, bring him home. He did not. He did not, in fact, bring him home. Runners at the corners for the Dodgers, but they don't score. Jordan Walker is at second. Can we even advance him? Let's not concern ourselves with scoring. Can we just get him to third base? That's what I want to know. Nope. The answer to my question, of course, is no. All right, so Bobby is at 68 pitches through 3 innings. 68 pitches. My goodness gracious. Runners on second and third. Lamp grounds out. Bregman strikes out. Condon grounds out to third. Runners on second and third, no outs. We can't even score one of them. Unbelievable. Bobby? I'm going to be honest with you, Bobby. In a moment of abject honesty, you disappoint me. There we go. Double play. You gotta make the throw, Gazdar. Put your body on the line. Send it. Cross the diamond, come what may. All right, Bobby Miller, in a game I requested and desperately needed him to get 6 innings, he gets me 4. All the while, we have stranded so many runners on base. John Gazdar, God, left field. Sign him. Lifetime contract. 3-run shot. Well done, sir. Well done there. All right. Sean Burke is going to come in, and as I've said, he is the sacrificial lamb. I'm going to try to get 3 innings out of him and then immediately send him down to AAA. He's already given up 4 runs in 1 inning. Oh, Sean. Oh, Sean. And he's giving up more. It has been a while since we've imploded this much. But I mean, it's all because Luis De Leon got injured, and I had to use 6 guys in 1 inning. Like, we're dying out here. There we go. Quick line out. If you let Jack Soswinski score on you, he walked him. You got to get Will Smith, buddy. All right, infield pop up. What a horrendous. Remember when Sean Burke was good for us? Remember that time? Those were okay times, I think. All right, Halverson and Jameson are pretty much our only healthy bodies left. I'm gonna go Halverson for the 7th. He allows 2 earned runs. That tracks. Jameson for the 8th. All right, his is clean, and then all right, Drew Romo solo shot. Clean 9th. Ezekiel Tovar with a home run. We walk off the LA Dodgers. And it's a bloop single, which will advance the runners. The throw in. Condon does not try to go home. Oh boy. Do I pinch hit Hunter Goodman here, or do I stick with Drew Romo? I'm going to pinch hit here. Hunter Goodman with a chance to walk off the Dodgers. 1-2 count. The pitch. The hit. To short. Out. All right. We lose 7-5. Sean Burke killing me. Killing me, Smalls. But hey, Victor Vodnik is back, which is good. All of my relievers are in the yellow, dude. Literally all of them. To a man. Whoops. I wanted that to be set up, not stopper. Like, when is our next day off? Oh my god. We still have the Pirates series. And I'm afraid to like sim because of what the AI will do to our bullpen, but I'm going to do it. Hey, we beat the Dodgers in the finale 7-1. The bats come alive to the sound of music. Molina 2 2/3 unearned. What a lad. Jose Fleury does pretty good. Jordan Walker got a homer. Tovar with 3 hits to his name. Looks like he's starting to turn it around a bit. All right, we're getting back to a healthy-ish bullpen. Emphasis on ish. All right, we are going to play Herrera's first start, who joined us in the aforementioned. Oh, that's right. That's why it says traded. I accidentally traded him because instead of hitting clear trade, I hit complete. That's what happened. I remember now. All right, let us begin the series against the Pirates. Hold on. I don't see schemes. Huh? So he tore his UCL, and that, I guess, nuked his stamina. He missed all of 2027, and they've made Paul Skeens a closer. I'm just going to let that marinate. All right. Rough out there. So Tovar, yeah, Tovar's going to get the rest. Yeah. And then Gazdar is going to hit. Brenton Doyle is starting to get hot a little bit. He has multiple hits in his last couple games. Pretty good. I think though I am gonna have Joe Lampy or Joe. I need to decide on Lampy or Lamp. I just need to make the call, you know. All right, let's rock and roll. Herrera making his MLB debut against the Pittsburgh Pirates. O'Neal Cruz, his first batter. That's a welcome to the league moment for you. And Cruz lines out to right. Oh boy. This could turn grim. How's Tamar Johnson been? Yep, it's been pretty good. Last year, not this year. Yeah, Jack Brannigan running around still. They try for the double play and they get him. Easy work. Never to doubt. Hunter Goodman's solo shot. We take that. Herrera, never worried. 2 errors already by the Pirates, by the way. At what point do I begin worrying about Alex Bregman? Is it like now? Because he's officially a negative WAR player in 30 starts, at 125 plate appearances. He only has 25 hits, only 3 home runs, and his contract is not going to get better. So, at what point do I worry? Runners on first and second for Mr. Goodman. And he hits it to center. That's down to the wall. 1 run will score. Probably just the one, yeah. I was wondering if Cole Carrick was an ambitious man, but probably the right decision there not to send him. How you Lee grounding out, but it does score. Carrick 3-0. Stephen Kwan walks. I think I have given Kwan sort of more at bats than I thought I would thus far this season, but he's done pretty well. John Gazdar flies out. There we go. Doyle gets it back up the middle. Doing good. Hunter Goodman is in. We're up 4-0. Phil Lamp can't quite beat out the throw. But we almost got there. This could be it for Herrera if he can't get these guys caught at the warning track. We're okay. Trey Turner. Again, playing first. The AI loves to put people at first. Oh, yeah, they traded him. His production, it looks like, dipped quite a bit. His home runs were up, though. And they trade him with. Am I the only one seeing this contract? And more importantly, seeing the fact that they signed him to a 1-year extension already? Am I the only one that thinks that's kind of odd? Man, wild pitch scores the runner. Loop single scores the other one. Herrera is not doing great. If he can get me the fourth, I'll be a happy man. And he does. Okay. Keegan Aiken is going to come in for the fifth. Clean work from him. He's on 13 pitches also. Can I get the sixth Keegan? Yes, I can. Sweet. And then Zerpa for the seventh. I think we'll be in business. All right, good. And only on 9 pitches. Stephen Kwan. 3-run shot. I will settle for the line drive to first base. Mr. Gazdar. Soft grounder. You might be able to beat it out. Never mind. All right, Zerpa. I believe in you. It's not that I don't believe in you anymore. I'm just going to get Munoz ready. And they score all the runs. Jeez Louise. Munoz's error costs us there. 6-5 now, but maybe not. Never mind. I had faith that Bregman hit was going to go over the wall. It did not. But Joe Lamp is at third. Condon beats the throw. We get a run. Munoz is at 21 pitches, which is a bit terrifying, but listen, you want to be paid the big bucks as the closer. Gonna have to do it. Carrick gets aboard. Here's Goodman. Back up the middle. He's going for home safe. There we go. We're getting the run. We're getting the lead back that we just almost entirely lost. 3-run lead. I think I'm much more comfortable now having Munoz take it. Getting fatigued. Well, listen. Munoz, you are getting paid $22 million. Get the outs. There we go. He strikes out Johnson. Now for Brannigan. Got him swinging. All right, we beat the Pirates 8-5. A little bit shaky there, but the bullpen runs were all unearned because of Munoz's error. Hunter Goodman, I think, has finally turned the corner this past week. 3 hits, including a home run. I think we're starting to see that tick up in last year. Alex Bregman, though, 0 for 5, 1K. I am officially nervous about Alex Bregman. All right, I'm going to sim the last 2 games against the Pirates and see how we do. Game 2, we win 12-10. Oh no, Gabriel Hughes got shellacked. Anthony Molina also got hit quite a bit. Oh boy. That part isn't great. Jordan Walker, Stephen Kwan got home runs. 3-hit day for Kerrigan, Howie Lee Bregman, 1 for 5. It's fine. Also, my poor bullpen arms. All right, we'll sim Arrigetti's game, and we lose it 4-11. Spencer Arrigetti gives up 6 runs. Zerpa gives up 1, Jameson 1, Will Klein gives up 3. and his glorious numbers are now completely gone. Brenton Doyle hit a home run. I didn't think that was possible. Oh, Austin Martin. I'm gonna be honest. Like, the only teams that won him are like guys that want to give me insane biblical contracts. And realistically, I don't think White Sox, you need infield help. I know it. You know it. Everyone knows it. Just give me like this guy, Miguel Dominguez. Jeez. Okay, no one wants Austin Martin. I am then going to release Austin Martin because at this point I have guys in AAA that also kind of need to play, and I think the sun is more or less set on him. So we are going to release Austin Martin. We'll pay him out the remainder of his wages. Then yeah, I think it didn't really work. That was a trade we made with the Twins. Um, Back in 2026 where we traded them Alex Call, who currently has gotten very few at bats with the Twins. Looks like he's bounced around between AAA and the major leagues, and he hasn't really done much either. So I think that is a trade where both teams have lost. Though they're paying Alex Call a pretty penny. So who knows on that front. So we're going to wave the white flag on that, let Austin Martin go. Maybe he signs on with another team. And we finally have a day off. That was way too many games in a row with that. Yeah, our last day off was April 13th before that. We had one day off in a month. Who is scheduling this? Anyway. So currently, as we sit, we are 19-19. Not a good. I mean, it's good for the Rockies. It's not good for how we've done in the save, without question. We are now a game and a half behind the Dodgers for the divisional lead. When we started today, we were only half a game back. And I think obviously the big development was the fact that Luis De Leon is going to miss the entire season. He's our ace, he's our best pitcher, and he is now out. So we need to replace him some way, somehow. It's still going to be just under 2 months until Michael King gets back from his rotator cuff injury. But even then, what will he look like? So it's looking grim in the pitching department for a bit. Herrera is going to get his shot. He is essentially going to be here until Michael King gets back. And then based on how he's doing, we'll see. But yeah, things could get a little shaky. I think in the pitching, or excuse me, in the hitting department, we're starting to turn it around a bit. Hunter Goodman's getting hot. Charlie Condon and Cole Carrick, I think, are starting to become more consistent batters. But the big issue that's staring us right in the face is that Alex Bregman is not good right now. And that's something that we need to figure out a fix for. Also, quietly, his expectation no longer is cleanup hitter, so I can move him out of the 3 spot if I want. And we need to get him going because he's making $20 million this year and he's going to make $20 million next year. So we're locked into this. I mean, this is not exactly a good contract to trade out of. Defensively, Bregman is just average right now. He was average last year. It looks like 2026 was the last year where he's going to be a really, really good plus defender. Now, not doing great. His zone rating is dipped. His range is still okay, but I am officially nervous for the Alex Bregman train. So we'll see what things look like the rest of the way. I might do a little bit more platooning to get Lennon Sosa involved at third base more, if potentially he is a good solution. But that is it for today. Happy July 4th to all those who celebrate tomorrow. I will have a stream tomorrow where we will try to get through essentially the rest of May. Hopefully, our team starts hitting the ball a little bit better. Hopefully, our bullpen is able to calm down after the insane past week and a half they've had. But I thank you all for watching. Special shout out, really quick, to the audience on Twitch. We have almost hit our first follower goal since I became a Twitch affiliate. We're literally one follower away. So we're getting close on that. But thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.